Hello friends, welcome back to a new episode of the Cheesiest Man Alive, and my first opponent is Showtime's Zerg. He is about 6k with Zerg, so a pretty decent Zerg player, I have to admit. And we're going to test his cheese response here to start with. And I was thinking, what is the most fun build that I can do that would really test him out? And that's obviously going to be the 2-gate Forge opener here. Now, the first Overlord will go across the map like this, and the second Overlord will chill over here for a bit, or at least that's kind of what I hope is going to happen. I'm just going to wait outside for a little bit longer, and then once I feel like it at like 1:33 perhaps, I'm going to start moving in and really consider getting that first pylon down as well. Zealot. I'll need the Chrono Boost as well, of course, so we just get a little pylon over here, so do something like this. We Chrono Boost this one, Chrono Boost this one as well. Is he pulling any workers yet? He's not pulling any workers yet. Pool is being constructed. I wonder if that's an Overlord. No, it looks like a drone to me. Okay, these zealots are gonna finish up at least. And here comes our first cannon. Here comes our second cannon. Oh, actually, just my first cannon. As these two zealots, they'll need to stay. They need to start as well on my gateways. So I think the correct response here out of him would probably be something along the lines of just stopping building any type of links, maybe get a spine up on the high ground, and then immediately transition into roaches. I think that is the ultimate play here. Now, if he doesn't quite do that, then that could be an issue for him, of course. I'm starting my cybernetics core immediately as I shoot like a good boy. I'm actually going to just straight up block him from going in towards his main base. Okay, that spine is indeed coming up. Just gonna cancel this. And slightly more gas mining as well. I don't think I'm gonna be capable of killing that bad boy. And I want to take out these larvae as well. The reason why I want to take out these larvae is so that he can't actually build anything from there. That way he needs to inject in the main base, or he'll need to accept the consequence of not injecting, and that's not having enough larvae. If he injects, he doesn't have an extra transfuse, all that good jazz. So basically, well, let's just hope that I'm winning right now. I have 4 zealots out. Here comes a couple of ravagers. So if he tries to go in, I'm just going to surround him. Well, it's not really a surround. This didn't really work either. Just have to admit it. Not a huge fan of how this is going. Honestly. Okay. Just don't want to lose anything here. That's the most important thing, I think, for me. I just really hope... Oops. What was I gonna say? Never finished that sentence, of course. Nah. Yeah, I was gonna say I just really hope that I get to stay alive for a little bit longer. I might actually want to cancel that one stalker, do I? No, maybe it's fine. As long as speed doesn't finish up, I think I'm okay for now at least. I want to get a pylon here on the low ground. He's obviously going to try and counterattack. Yeah, he's running around at this moment. I'm going to kill this Overlord. If I can get a Void Ray out, this might still be somewhat playable. Oh, him killing that pylon would actually suck for me. He's moving... Oh, he's moving back already, or he's moving in, I should say. Oh, yo, 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 yo. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. That is not going to be it, Mr. Kevin. Yeah, he's also getting a hatchery right now. I don't think I dealt enough damage. I should have just immediately stopped building zealots way quicker into this. I was way too slow with my transition. I think just 2 zealots, then a cybernetics core immediately is definitely the play. If I see no worker pool whatsoever, what's the point of getting so many more zealots out? It is no point. Just delays my tech. Could have had a faster nexus as well. I'm gonna try this again, see if I can get him again. But yeah, first game is a loss, sadly. It happens. But I have some plans in case I need to do a follow-up. He gets 23 points from me. 60-48, I have 60-54. It is what it is. Alright, let's open the game 2. You can't actually be serious. One time I get Showtime Zerg, now I'm getting Cheesiest Terran. He's just going from off race into off race. This is a beautiful map though. Really do like this map. And I think I'm going to proxy a Stargate here. And probably head out for a bit of a Tempest Rush as a follow-up. We haven't played anything like that in a while. I've always been a big fan of these Tempest Rushes, personally. And on this map it's also somewhat viable because very often Terran players, they'll just take the inside base, basically. So that's what we're going to try to do here as well. I kind of want to take this base for myself, but maybe it's not ideal. Maybe I'll just take like a natural over here eventually. I'm just not entirely sure what is best. Okay. Do need to micro my workers at least a tiny tad. Still a bit upset about that first game. I feel like if I had thought about the entire build and the process a bit more, this could have gone better. And it didn't. It didn't go better. It actually went quite poor. I'm upset by that. Yeah, you guys can go here. Okay, that just seems pretty standard to me. Like nothing too weird. Okay, it's double gas. And this bad boy is at home. Reaper's gonna jump up here. So what if we build it down here? Would that be smart? Maybe it would be smart, no? Maybe it would also be terrible. Let's see. How do we build it like this, maybe? I just hope the Reaper doesn't find us immediately. Oh, I could have built like a pylon and then a Stargate here to block it off. That's obviously what I should have done. Well, hindsight is 20/20, even if that hindsight comes 3 seconds after making the actual move. Oh, this wasn't ideal. Maybe I should just... Okay, what if I just give up my worker here? So, I'm pretending like I'm hiding it here. And then he finds me. And then he's like, oh, well, I found him, so that looks pretty good for me. And then he forgets about the fact that... well, that didn't work out. I saw his Reaper there. Okay. Not a brilliant start for me. Still want to kill this Reaper though. Okay. He's definitely gonna jump up here now. That did not quite work how I thought it would. Oh, he actually managed to kind of escape me here. Hoppa! That was beautiful. At least I thought it was pretty beautiful. Now, the problem isn't so much going to be fighting these Marines, because there's just not going to be enough Marines. The problem is going to be fighting the Cyclone that surely will be out. So we're just going to fly in, see if there's a Cyclone. If there's a Cyclone, we're just going to end up pissing off. Another problem that I really do have here is that from the high ground he can probably attack this pylon. And also my Stargate. I really did not think properly about this, did I? There we go. That was a Cyclone indeed. Surely he doesn't... Oh, if he actually just latches onto this, which he's gonna do here. Is that a mine? No. Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this. I'm so stupid. Let's see if I can get this thing out. Don't think he's necessarily in range here with his Marines to just fight me. Yeah, he can't. He can't shoot it. Look at that. Look at this idiot. Idiotic Marines with their poor range. You're never gonna make it, buddy. Do I actually want... Okay, yeah, he's gonna come anyway. Which makes some sense, at least in my mind. Hoppa! That's one. Yeah, should not stand around here, buddy. I gotcha. Gotcha. Poof! Next. Kiting with one of these Tempests always feels so powerful. Just have to admit it. Next. Another one of these, right? And then maybe we want to get some extra gas as well, so we can actually afford everything. Ooh, that's a mistake, because I think I can just take this thing out. I'm not sure if I go for the reactor here or just straight up for the starport. Maybe just going straight up for the starport would have been better. Snipe as many workers as we can. Hoppa. The problem is the moment my my revelation runs out, I'm actually going to be in some minor trouble. Because I don't have good vision anymore then. Which is right about now. On top of that, I also believe I want to throw down a forge ASAP. So I can set this position up a little bit stronger. Okay, you see that these Vikings are in the air, which means I can shoot them more easily. Stuff that's flying is I have higher range for, which is very useful for me. Okay, he has the super dudes right now, which is important as well. He can shoot my Tempest extremely quick at this point. Okay, but we can also one-shot all of his Cyclones at this point, which is somewhat important. Up, another shot. We're definitely out-microing him now. Nice, that's one kill. Another kill here. Puff! I can kill as many as I want, I think, here. Okay. Yeah. He's just going to continue chasing me, I guess, which is not ideal for me. Maybe I can kill this bad boy. I mean, there's just a lot of batteries down here, which makes life good. Or at least somewhat okay. I can still one-shot absolutely everything, which is important. Or when I say everything, I mean Cyclones, which is the only thing that matters. Because Vikings can never catch me. So as long as I keep that alive, I'm actually good. Now I can one-shot Vikings as well. So that one. And maybe I can shoot this. No, I can't quite yet. And we one-shot this, and we one-shot this, we can get +1. Game has actually ended now at this point. Now it's really over. We can just micro this one away, and no problem whatsoever. I think that was another kill. 7 Tempest! We get a GG out of Skillet as well. And we take a big fat dub. Very nice! It got a little bit close, and the reasons for that were my own stupidity, really. I'm surprised this was out of range of the Marines. If this was in range of Marines, it would have been different. I should have just built a pylon here and a Stargate here. That way, if he clicks his Reaper to the Watchtower, it's going to take a really weird path, and he probably doesn't pay attention and doesn't end up scouting it. You can just block off a path, and then the Reaper can't go there, obviously. So yeah, that... nice. I was afraid I was going to lose this one as well when I realized how bad that position was. And even during this fight, honestly, that we had, I was kind of afraid that it was still going to go wrong. I really thought he could take me out. I think he hesitated a bit too long, and I also believe he probably should have pulled like 10 workers or so to really destroy this position. Like here, I got a lot of shots up because he wasn't sure if he had to defend his main base or if he wanted to defend it. And the Vikings, they went down. Yeah, nice. Managed to get the dub. Very cool. Very, very solid. At least from my perspective. Put out a GG as well. I get 12 points for this win. So we have to update the GG counter. And there's some updates on the stats there later today. I'll tell you all about it. I promised it last week. It's going to happen this week. So we have 38 out of 62 on our GG counter. And we'll hop straight away into our next game. Alright, we're here in our third game. And we're playing against Arokfire. Now the problem is that Arokfire is a bit... Well, how do I say this nicely? He's a bit of a cheesy prick, just like I am. Me and him, we're the same, you know? Back when it was 2-gate versus 2-gate and I would play against Arokfire, I would be proxying a Stargate and he would be busy proxying a Robo. Or I'd be proxying a gate and he'd be proxying a Robo. One of us would be proxying a Robo and the other one would be proxying something else. Sometimes we'd fake proxy, and we meet in the middle of the map and it's like, ooh, that's interesting. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm pretending to be 1-gate expanding because I know what his response is against that. He will pull his worker away, see? And then he's going to start proxying. But because I know that, I am just actually going to be getting a 2nd gate myself over here. I'll try to block his 2nd gate for a little bit. Did not quite work out. Maybe I can block his cybernetics core. Oh, he came back. I did not think he was going to come back, actually. Well, my entire plan was just to go find his proxy. I have to admit, because I blocked his cybernetics core for like a solid 5 seconds. Ooh, this sucks. Because well, it kind of defeats the purpose of what I wanted to do. Instead, what I'm just going to end up doing here then is I'll just play 3-gate Robo. Because I like the build a whole lot, honestly. I'm a huge fan of the 3-gate Robo. It's a 1-base all-in as well. And it's one of these builds where it's very micro-reliant. Now, my control with these type of build orders, honestly, isn't the best in the world. And that's why we practice, you know? This is why we're the cheesiest man alive. It's not because we are the cheesiest man alive. It's because we want to become the cheesiest man alive. You know, we want to instill fear into our opponents. And the best way to do that is to just purely practice our cheese. It wouldn't surprise me if he actually proxied a pylon somewhere close by anyway. I'm pretending to build workers, by the way. This is a really cool trick for the people that don't know. You can just left-click on the worker and it gets cancelled, but the animation of the worker building continues the entire time. So it looks like I'm always building workers. The only way he can figure out that I haven't been building workers is if he counts, but as my opponent is a Protoss player, I'm not too worried about his counting skills, honestly. It's literally the one thing I'm not too worried about. What's that? Was that a 3rd gate that he just built? Oh god, we're really heading into the complete idiot territory now, aren't we? I'm doing a 3-gate, he's doing a 3-gate, we're all doing a 3-gate. Yeah, I don't like that. Maybe I'll get a trophy as well for being the greatest 3-gater in the world. Okay, plan. I'm going to kill his his base, but first I'll kill his hallucination. He's going to send out a hallucination in -5 seconds from now, and I will need to find it. Where's your hallucination? Oh, it's in my main base. Like I said, -5 seconds. I was just hoping he might have been a little bit slow or something. He forgot to send it out. I still managed to get it. That wasn't the case. We'll move across the map. Now, one thing that is fairly nice here is that he has a full wall on the low ground, just like I do. Which I'm not sure if that's nice for him or nice for me. Ooh, he's actually pretty good. He's expanding. Oh, that's quite nice for me, actually. That is a mistake. Expanding is a mistake, my friend. Wait, why is there a zealot here? I don't like the look of that zealot. I do not like the look of that zealot at all, actually. These are full health bad boys, which can only... What is this? What? Oh, I do not like that. How many are these? So I killed his oracle there. The question is that enough? I think it might just be, huh? Okay, super battery has ended as well. What if I just take out this actual pylon, huh? That's one. That's two. Oh, I didn't actually kill it. 1, 2. What is up, buddy? Catch that. So what did... Oh, this was a Stargate. I even saw it. I thought it was a gateway. I looked at it. And I looked at it after. And I was like, in the fog of war, I remember thinking, this looks a little bit large for a gate. Man, my brain really isn't functioning today. But maybe it just would have made me more afraid of doing what I was doing. Or I could have just attacked him in the main base with my first warp and won the game. I can't believe, after scouting that I did not have an expo, he finished his oracle though. That is kind of wild, no? Should probably straight away gone for a void ray and then warp some crap in over here, full wall. Battery in the main. Okay, he went for, yeah, no void ray, but straight robo facility. Well, he did tap out with GG, right? Yeah, GG'd out. This is the thing, if you take out the higher level players, especially Protoss players, they're extremely mannered. They almost always GG, whether they're off racing or secondary or tertiary racing, it doesn't matter. Protoss players are extremely mannered. It's actually true. I'll show it right now. And what better way than to figure out which race is the most bad mannered than the scientific approach. So I've been playing the cheesiest man for a long, long time already. And A viewer of mine, he first of all corrected me on the GG counter, but also put this nice little Google spreadsheet together with basically all the games that I ever played and the races I played against and the GGs they made. And what do we see from here? So this is just the regular numbers, and this is the percentages. I'm not quite sure why. Oh, 0. I never played a TVZ, I guess. So this is versus Protoss. 20 out of 26 Protoss players have actually GG'd. That's quite impressive. That is 76.92% of Protoss players GG despite getting cheesed. And I'd like to add that I've been the hardest on Protoss players. I've been cannoning tosses, I've been proxy roboing, proxy stargating, I've been doing everything that's disgusting. I'm playing on a barcode, so Protoss players aren't nicer to me for whatever reason. That is absolutely not true. Protoss players are super, super nice. Sure, they are the nicest when they play against another Protoss in mirror. Look at that. 84% if I cannon rush them in a PvP. They'll just boom. No problem whatsoever. They will just end up GGing. However, if I play against Terran overall, I only get 44% GGs. 44. That's almost half of 76. Well, not quite, but it's close, you know? If you round up by 14%, that is basically half. It's crazy. So yeah, Terran's by far the most bad-mannered pricks on the ladder. Zergs, you know, they're pretty bad as well. But Zergs, in one way, I'm like, well, Zerg players, you know, at least against Protoss, they're very nice. They're not too nice against their Zerg counterparts. Terrans never GG against Zerg. I only played 2 games though, so a very small sample size. In general, the sample size is a little bit small, but I do believe that this proves that Terran are the saltiest and that Protoss players are by far the nicest and have the best type of impulse control, you know, well adjusted in society. So yeah, let's hop into the next game. All right, here we go, another PvP. So I'm expecting another GG out of my opponent, as we've just figured out that Protoss are the most mannered people in the world. And we have a pretty decent chance of getting a GG. Was it 86% in a PvP? That they will end up GGing me. I'll actually leave this down here. I'm going to proxy a gateway. I'm not playing against Fire. This is some random Protoss player who's definitely gonna get blasted by me. A problem that I have is that lately a lot of players have not been abiding by the rules. So like a week ago or a week and a half ago, every Protoss player on these maps would just 1-gate expand like a good boy. But nowadays you have a bunch of these 2-gate pricks that play 2-gate every single game. It's way harder to all in them. Like you need to get a little bit creative. You know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Not a huge fan of it. So I just hope that I'm getting 1-gated here, because I won't be scouting. I'll be proxying a gate over here. There's a build that Hero played recently. Really do enjoy that build. Actually, I'll just proxy it over here. Who cares? Oh yeah. You always want to pretend like you're planning on taking a Nexus. That way your opponent, well, they won't get a very good response. They get their own Nexus down most likely. I get my Cybernetics core. And I get this thing. And then I want a Zealot to be building as well. And then we still want to be getting a gas ASAP. Oh, revolution. Okay, this looks pretty okay for me. I did not get my Nexus down. He's like, wait, this guy's a bit of an idiot. We also kind of want to fake a pylon. So there's 2 things right now. Either he realizes that I proxy the gate, or he thinks I'm such a bad player that I don't even know how to do the early game properly. And it really could be either at this point. Oh, he thinks I'm a really bad player. Oh, that's hilarious. I love it when that's the conclusion that these players have. Okay, well, we're just gonna move across the map, I guess. Next one's going to be an Adept. Then we're just going to bust his base. So he probably has a fast Nexus. He's probably walled me out with a Stargate as well. That's kind of what I'm expecting here. And that would make the most sense in my mind. Woo! Wait, you walled me out with one of these, huh? That's a mistake, buddy. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're going to... I'm never entirely sure what I want to attack here. You know, like, do I want to... We can also get a gateway. Actually go for a proper 3-gate. I want to kill you. And I probably want to full wall this so a single adept doesn't actually end up killing me. Oh, no, the adept is over here, never mind. Did just lose my zealot though, it's not ideal. Once again, I'll admit it immediately here. Hop. I just want to attack this gate from a distance. I don't think he can actually fight back if I'm over here, right? Yeah, he's not in position. I can take that thing out as well, by the way. Probably want a battery. You think he has a battery in his main base? No way, right? He has a void ray. Pam 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 pam. Pam 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 pam. What's that? Oh, did not want that to happen. Do I want my blink to start right now? I think I do. So we have a lot of... I'm not so sure if I'm actually winning. I have a feeling that I might actually be losing here. More so than winning. Okay, he just popped that bad boy. Can't really do much of anything here, huh? So he has a full wall, which is annoying for me. He could also start warping in units here. It does have warp gate finished. It's pissing me off. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna get one stalker here. In case it... He probably has like an adept warping in already. It always pisses me off when they do that type of stuff. This hasn't been super successful, honestly. Yeah, and this is a trick that always works as well. So you pretend like you're actually just very keen on expanding. I don't care at all about expanding. I'm not gonna expand. Okay. And then you even move to the middle, because they can see in the smoke or in the fog of war, however you call it. And he probably thought there, it's like, ooh, he probably just expanded. Well, in reality, I didn't expand. Now this might get him to build a unit that I really want him to build. I'm gonna kill this worker. I'm supply blocked, and I don't want to be supply blocked. I want him to build an oracle. But I want him to show that oracle before I move out with these stalkers again. Why am I getting this sentry? It's so I can get high ground vision and blink in towards the main base. That is my next biggest goal. Should I build a battery at home? It's probably better than leaving 2 stalkers there. I mean, what is the chance that he's actually building an oracle? If he's not an idiot, he probably won't do it. Yeah, this is feeling bad. More stalkers, more stalkers, more stalkers. He hasn't seen me in a while, though. Come on, buddy. Here we go. You know how important the next 5 seconds are going to be? Well, I mean the next 15 seconds. That's literally it. It's now or never. Come on! Come on, shoot the right units, Kevin. Was this it? Does he have cannons here? It doesn't have cannons. One more? One more? They're all down. They're all down. I repeat, they're all down right now. Blink back, 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 blink back. He was taking gases already on his natural. He bought the bait. He bit the bait. Oh, no GG. What are the chances of that? I can tell you. The chances of that are 15.79%. Very low. This is the minority of Protoss players. Now, why would he in particular be so extremely upset about this? Let me explain that to you. Okay? Because this guy, He did everything right in the early game, you know? He played a solid game of StarCraft 2. He defended this, he had a Nexus down, he had his Void Race, and I had nothing going on for me. And then, he's not building any workers. He's like, oh, I'm so safe, I'm so cool, I'm the best. Then he loses. Look at his vision. Look at his vision. I want to see the first person vision here out of him, you know? He's looking at this. He wasn't even looking at me. This is unbelievable. But he did buy it. Because the moment I take out that pylon, he starts producing workers like his life depends on it. Now, is there anything here that he could have done to scout? Yes, he could have warped in 1 sentry. He could have made an adept outside and then shaded it through. Actually, no, this is a full wall. Nah, you can poke on the edge and then see if I have the Nexus or not. So there's a lot of things. But instead, he said, no, I know what this is. This is a macro game. He just sniffed, you know, a little bit. It's like, smells like a macro game. He really did believe it was a macro game. Then he sees this in the mini-map. Look at the timing I saw here. Oh, yo. Oh, 32 out of 39. If his robotics facility was over here or over here, he still would have won the game. Or if it was back here, or if he had built a single battery in the main base, he also would have won. Or if he would have pulled all of his workers immediately with his Void Race, because he's up 17 workers anyway. There's like 5 things that all went wrong at the same time for him, and then he loses. How extremely frustrating that must be for him. And thus, he is part of the 14%. Minus 21, plus 22 for me. And with this beautiful game, I think we're going to end it for today. We did a little bit of mathematics. We did some cheesing, some Tempest rushes. We lost the game to Showtime Zerg. So altogether, a successwul day. Oh wait, I still need to add it in the GG counter actually. That is important. 39 out of 64. And that is truly going to be it for me today. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like. If you have any build suggestions and you're like, hey Kevin, I saw this cheese last week and I thought, why has the cheesiest man alive not played that yet? Be sure to type it to me and link the game or whatever that it was in, or tell me which game it was. Like Hero versus Solar, game 3 in GSO. I was like, okay, then I can watch it. So if you have anything like this, I'm not interested in your replays with your own builds, because often you guys send me a replay and then the build is very non-tight and it's not possible to execute. So yeah, just some, yeah, that's it. Subscribe and like. Thanks. Bye-bye.